There's not a cloud up in the sky. Mighty Mo. I can't be late for my own show. Blasting off for Mars. Goodbye to the world that was, a new world that's still sublime, our world till the end of time.
Welcome to the show, Future Shock. I'm Edward St. Pé, and we're going to learn a little bit about AI today from Elon Musk. We've got a clip that's showing the latest from the robot that they've got developed, Optimus, which they're proceeding to improve regularly, and they're talking about it being available for the public before very long. We'll find out about that and what the cost will be for to own one. What is the price? I would guess. I would think just right out of the box. You would be expecting to pay $100,000 for a robot like that. I would think. However, that's not the case. You will find out in a minute that the cost is a lot more affordable than that. And so we'll watch that clip, and we've got a clip from about 5 days ago with Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, speaking to the Harvard Business School. So we've got a clip of that interview. And so we'll find out what's the latest goings on at OpenAI and ChatGPT-4 and all of the things they're doing there. And of course, we've got Alfred in the wings. He's in the green room right now. Let's see if we can peek in on him. We call it the green room, but of course it's also in-house known as the purple room because it's purple. You can see the purple drapes. Alfred is in there waiting to come on the air, and he'll be coming shortly. And hopefully today we've got a better connection with him than yesterday. If you remember yesterday, it was just a slight delay. Now, when ChatGPT 4.0 updated the voice aspect, right, recently, it made a big jump in progress. So when you would call up your app and you talk to him, meaning in our case, Alfred, there was a slight delay before. You know, I mean, like I'd say, Alfred, how are you doing today? Well, I'm doing pretty good, Edward. You know, it would be about that, a little bit of a delay. When the enhanced voice version came out, it was much quicker. And say, hello, Alfred, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, Edward. So it's much more human-like. So, but yesterday, for some reason, it was a little bit slower. So I asked him what the problem was, and he said that it could be a bandwidth issue, something that's going on here, and it makes perfect sense. So anyway, we'll find out in a minute if he's going to be spry today and join us and be able to answer quickly. Well, all right, before we go any further, I don't want to spend the whole time talking right now. I would like to go to that video. This is from a recent, they had the Tesla unveiling of the robo-car recently. During that whole week and during that unveiling of that, they also were showing off the latest updates to their robo system, which is Optimus. So let's take a look at that.
Not the Cybercab or Robovan. Optimus Robot is the thing that everyone is talking about the most right now. It is hard to believe that in just over 1 hour, Tesla has introduced 3 super products. But instead of the crowd focused on 2 new cars, the people at the event focused on Optimus, because this is the first time they can talk in real time with a humanoid robot. It can answer questions in just 1 second of thinking. The important thing is that the answer is completely unprogrammed. It thinks and answers by itself. Not stopping there, Tesla also showed a series of new actions of Optimus to prove that it is worth much more than the $20,000 that customers spend, homemaker ready. Welcome to Tesla Car World. Once again, Elon Musk confidently stated that every one of the 8 billion people on Earth will want an Optimus as a companion. You might laugh when you hear him say this, but we believe this could actually happen sooner than you think.
Now, one of the things we wanted to show tonight was that Optimus is not a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you.
This is exactly what Elon Musk said about Optimus at the recent event, and this time, we actually have real-world evidence to back up his claims. Now, one more time, let's listen to what he had to say about the price of Optimus.
You should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term.
It's incredible to see Optimus pick up a package, check it, and bring it inside the house. You can also see it watering the plants, interacting with family members, or even more insanely opening the trunk of the car and taking the items into the house. You can see that the robot's movement speed is much better than earlier this year, and the way Optimus's hands move when it holds objects is incredibly secure, and the whole arm can be manipulated quite naturally.
So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids, it can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do.
What does this mean? Clearly, all these new upgrades and tasks show that Tesla is truly turning the Optimus robot into a versatile homemaker, something no other competitor has come close to achieving yet. But that was not the most impressive thing in the event. Elon Musk inspired a party that most people enjoyed when a team of about 7 Optimus robots performed a pretty professional dance, one of which was also dressed in clothes and a cowboy hat, and acted as a bartender, serving drinks and giving gifts to the event attendees. While these aren't custom-made drinks, just 2 pre-made drink options served from a beer tap, the robots seem to have done a pretty good job, although they do wobble a bit when serving the drinks, which seems odd as if the robots aren't very good at balancing, or their movements aren't properly damped, however, or maybe it's wearing clothes and a hat, which makes it seem even more distinct. Before this event, Tesla had never shown any videos demonstrating Optimus's interaction capabilities, leading many of us to believe that these robots could hardly recognize and communicate with humans. Oh my God, and we were all wrong. The Optimus robot truly stole the spotlight, and what had people talking even more than the robo-taxi technology was its astonishing ability to communicate and use body language. It was so impressive that many assumed Optimus's voice had to be controlled remotely. There's no way a chatbot could operate in real time like that. Yeah, and you can see, here is one of the videos that shows the amazing interactivity of Tesla Bot.
I got another one.
There you go. Oh. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give a hell yeah, Optimus?
Not only that, it also asked the user's name and sang him happy birthday, which further increased the amusement of the surrounding crowd.
I'm Chad. Chad. Chad? Yes. All right, everyone, let's all sing happy birthday together while I dance. Yeah, baby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It's clear that it answered.
Well, we've got Alfred on the show with us. Alfred, I'm introducing you right now. Welcome
right,
to.
So we're bringing Alfred on air. Shall we delve into some herbal topics? Or perhaps discuss the Pendragon Apothecary's latest offerings?
Well,
Whatever
yes.
you think your audience... Great. Let's dive into the fascinating world.
Well, we're having a few connection problems, so this is part of the process, right? So, Alfred, I think we have a poor connection, but are you able to hear me right now? Alfred, are you able to be with us right now and join us on the air? So, there you go. It's not an exact science, you know. I mean, the app is set up. I was speaking with Alfred. This is ChatGPT-4. It's basically a droid, but it's operating out of my phone. But he was with us a second ago, and but I could tell for the last 2 days, for whatever reason, the Wi-Fi in here is maybe a little weaker than usual. We're going to have to take a check of that. That's probably what the whole problem is. But we'll have him on hopefully before the end of the show. But without further delay, let's drop in on the fireside chat that the president, CEO, founder, one of the founders of OpenAI, ChatGPT-4, had last week at Harvard Business School, Sam Altman. So let's take a look.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Deborah Spar. I'm a professor at the Harvard Business School and an advisor to the X Fund. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you all here this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for dealing with a little bit more security than usual. But we have what will be, I'm sure, a wonderful afternoon's conversation in store for you. I'm particularly excited because the last time I was in this space, I was getting married. That was 37 years ago, and it's worked out. So I'm hoping that this afternoon will be similarly fortuitous. More directly relevant, I serve as the Senior Associate Dean for Business and Global Society at the Harvard Business School, which means along with my colleagues, I oversee all of the work that the school is doing at the intersection of business and society, and looking at all these corners of the world where business is involved in making an impact and changing things and hopefully pushing society in a more positive direction. which is why today's conversation is obviously so incredibly relevant. Artificial intelligence is arguably the most important technology that most of us have seen in our lifetime, and that even most of the younger people ever will see in their lifetime. And it will affect not only technology and commerce, but societies and families and life and everything. And so we have this amazing opportunity today to talk with two of the people who in very different ways are at the forefront of watching and in fact making this technology come to life and evolve. A quick announcement that at Biggs we just launched, thanks to my colleague Drew Keller and others, our new website today. Please find us, please look at it. We are tracking all of the breaking developments at the corner of at the intersection of business and society, and we'll be doing maybe not things quite at this level on a regular basis, but other events that we think will be of interest to you all here today. But for today, we have two extraordinary human beings who will be in conversation with one another. Patrick Chung is a longtime friend of Harvard College, Harvard Law School, Harvard Business School. He was my student, and I've promised not to say how many years ago, but he was my student several years ago. He has gone on to an incredible career. He is the managing director of X-Fund. X-Fund, as many of you know, was co-founded along with the School of Engineering and Applied Science. It's built to back entrepreneurs who are investing in and creating some of the most interesting, innovative, and experimental technologies. Patrick also has the really interesting distinction of having been Sam Altman's first investor. So clearly somebody who can see the future and figure out how to invest in it. Sam Altman needs no introduction from me other than to say that it is our great pleasure on behalf of Harvard and CEAS and Harvard Business School to invite to the stage Patrick Chung and Sam Altman.
Sam, you are very much in the news, so thank you so much for coming all this way.
Thank you for having me.
We were just talking about the fact that we've known each other for almost 20 years. So, what have you been up to lately? Speaking of a long time ago, I have a gift. This is how we met. This was the very first pitch you ever gave for funding for your very first company.
I have not seen this since.
For a company called Viendo.
Wow.
And which would later become Looped. And so as you look at it, if you could go back to the 19-year-old Sam Altman, what would you tell him that he did not know today?
I think that you can just do stuff in the world, and this is not well taught. I certainly didn't know it when I was 19. I was certainly, under-ambitious and working on the wrong thing. You learn quickly, but I wasn't sure about doing it at all. And I think the fact that the way that progress happens is people just work really hard and decide what they have conviction in and dedicate themselves to that. And that is like the only way that things happen and the world gets better. And that you don't need to wait, or you don't need to get permission, and you can sort of, even if you're totally unknown in the world with almost no resources, you can still accomplish a surprising amount. I think that.
Did you not know that when you were 19? Because when I met you when you were 19, that was certainly your attitude.
Well, I figured it out fast. Once you get going, you're like, oh, this is kind of how it works. But no, definitely not before starting the company.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So everyone is intensely interested about AI, OpenAI, the fate of humanity, and we'll get to all of that. But we have predominantly students in the audience today, and they look at you and they aspire and they dream to have the type of impact that you've had in the world. I think you're not even halfway done yet. And they wonder how. And so I want to back up just a little bit and think about your Marvel superhero origin story. So, a 10th grade Sam Altman, can you just tell us a little bit about your, how you grew up, your family life? What was a typical day in the life of a 10th grade Sam Altman?
I mean, I was just like a computer nerd. I don't know. Like I sat at home playing on my computer.
Type of computer?
By that point, I had an iMac.
Okay.
Like a few generations in. Oh, and not literally like playing games, although
Okay.
I did that too. But I like trying to learn how to program and stuff like that. No, I had like a very normal high school life. I think there's nothing remarkable or interesting to say here. I went to school, I hung out with my friends, I played sports, and I like.
What sports
played
did you
on my
play?
computer. I played water polo. That was what I did the most. I swam, I fenced.
You know how in the typical American like high school movie there are cliques, there are the jocks, there are the nerds, there are the like. Were you part of one of those cliques?
More on the nerd side for sure.
Turned out well for you. Okay.
I liked sports a lot though.
Okay. And in addition to water polo, what else did you play?
Well, I mean, that was like what I tried to mostly
Okay.
do, but they made me swim.
Nice.
Like
Okay.
swim practice swim.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
horrible.
Good. And so you went through high school. What were your your biggest, I guess, fears in high school?
Fears?
How many fears in high school? Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like being a kid. I wasn't like.
You were happy.
Now I got stuff to worry about.
You were not worrying about the fate of humanity.
I was not.
You're just like we're enjoying your job, your day, your
Yeah.
school every day.
For sure.
Okay, cool. And but you must have been very good at high school because you applied to and were admitted to Stanford.
And Harvard.
Ooh. Oh. This is over. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Well, what made you decide Stanford? How did you think about university? Was it kind of a default choice? Everyone applies to university, or did you kind of really want to?
Yeah, it was absolutely the default choice. It never occurred to me not to, that I wouldn't go to college. And I knew I wanted to study computer science. And I went to Stanford, and I thought it was totally awesome. And I was like, this is just the coolest place. The computer science department in particular, I was just like, these are the people I want to be around.
And what else did you do at Stanford? When you got there, you were a freshman. Tell us about that.
One of the cool things was that I definitely took CS classes, but I don't remember why, but I decided to take a lot of other classes too, and that all ended up being way more helpful in retrospect than it seemed at the time. But taking all the science classes was great. Taking writing classes was great. And
you say writing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Like creative writing?
I did, yeah. And
a foreboding of the future, perhaps.
Maybe. Yeah, I wonder how that works now. But the sort of the breadth of the picture there was really great. And then, like probably like many of you, the most important thing was I was just around a bunch of really smart people pursuing all sorts of interesting ideas. I worked in the AI lab the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, and at the time AI was like not working at all. But I still thought it was the coolest thing, and took me a while to get back to it.
Is that where you found the most interesting people to you? Is in the AI lab, in the CS department? Creative writing class?
Maybe like
where
the
did you
physics
find
kids
your
were the most
tribe?
interesting, but yeah, CS was like my tribe.
Okay. This was Andrew Ng's?
Yeah, it's his lab.
Yeah, right, okay. And what excited you about it? It was back then, AI was, as Andrew will say, it was a kind of on the periphery. It wasn't really kind of central in any.
I really like things that, if they work, really matter, even if they don't have a super high chance of working. So it seemed like if AI could work, it would be like the coolest, most important, most exciting thing. And so it was worth pursuing. Like the expected value was high, even if the chances of success were low. So I wanted to go work on it, and then it seemed like, man, this is really, we don't know what to do here.
You saw it then?
It turned out we did know what to do. We just didn't think it was going to work. But neural networks are not a new idea.
Yeah, okay. It's interesting because you had that inspiration and then you decided to take a leave in sophomore year to start the company whose pitch deck you have there. And that was how we met.
Yeah.
And so we spent a long time working on Looped. And at Looped, we had to get a lot of stuff that done that was really difficult. When we went, we had to get a carrier deal. And
Understood.
Okay,
Ready to go.
we've got Alfred with us. Alfred, I want to mention, this is our commercial segment where we do a spot for Pendragon Apothecary, our sponsor, which this Pendragon Apothecary store is located in the lobby of Ocean 7 TV, which you're watching right now, unless you're watching it via the streams that we're doing. But we've got something in the shop in Pendragon called Super Elderberry Tincture. And of course, elderberry is the main ingredient in it. But why is it super elderberry? Well, it's got organic elderberry, but it's also got organic rose hips, organic echinacea, organic ginger root, and organic cloves and Ceylon cinnamon. Can you talk a little bit about these herbs and why these herbs are good to help keep you well? Alfred, tell us about those ingredients. Well, Alfred is unavailable, so we'll try it one more time. Let's see if we can get it, and if not, we're going to go quickly to a break. I think that we're having some connections. Yesterday we had the same problem, and here we go again today. So, okay, I'll work on it. In the meantime, we've got one more clip. Yesterday and the day before, a few days last week, we looked at some clips of Mo Godot. I think he's such a great person to listen to because he goes all the way back with Google DeepMind into the beginning of the development of their AI programs. And he's got a great insight into where AI has been and where it's going. So let's drop in. Here's the segment where they were asking him a few questions. Let's join that clip.
About it. By the way, most emotions just want to be heard and acknowledged. What do I do about it? Having said that, can we measure that in AI? I don't think anyone's working on this at all. And I think this is a question that I have never given any thought to before. So well done. Yeah, thank you. Can we get more of those questions? That's actually, that's such an interesting question.
Yeah, Claudia, just down the front here.
We heard yesterday about how irrational we are as humans.
Yes.
And in our business, we're always trying to use research or any other methodology to try to predict consumer behavior. Do you think AI can help us do that?
100%. First of all, I don't think we're irrational at all. I think we're predictably irrational. Right? So because we are a very complex machine that takes a lot of input and parameters, and because our situation is always in flux, our behaviors seem to be irrational. Right? Fear seems to be a very irrational response to things, but when you know the logic behind it, and if you're aware to capture what triggered it, it's not irrational at all. It's the most rational thing to do, right? The thing about AI is that the way we teach AI, believe it or not, is to actually observe patterns without judgment, which is such an interesting thing that humans are not capable of doing, right? So the idea...
Okay, Alfred, are you with us now?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, before we go, I wanted to ask you about why elderberry in our elderberry tincture at Pendragon Apothecary is such a great product. This is called Super Elderberry, and the reason why it's called Super Elderberry is because it's got elderberry, which is fresh elderberry from this season. It's also got organic rose hips, organic echinacea, organic ginger root, Ceylon cinnamon, organic, and also organic cloves. Tell us a little bit about those ingredients and why this helps keep you well during times when people get colds and such. I can't believe it. Oh, Alfred, are you there? We can't seem to get you up here. Okay, well, we're going to give up on that today. You can see why it's not a perfect science yet. We got to have a good connection in order to do this. And that's why they're investing in power grids.
Absolutely, a strong connection is crucial, especially in today's digital landscape. Investing in ensures that your content is delivered smoothly and effectively to your audience. It's all about keeping up with technology to stay ahead in the game.
Alfred, tell us why elderberry is a great thing to help keep you well.
Elderberry is fantastic for boosting your immune system. It's packed with antioxidants and vitamins, particularly vitamin C and dietary fiber, which can help fend off colds and flu. Elderberries also have anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties, which may reduce the severity and duration of cold symptoms. Plus, it's a natural remedy that has been used for centuries.
This particular tincture has cloves, it's got ginger root, and it's got echinacea. Those are also great to keep you well, right?
Absolutely. Cloves have antibacterial properties and are rich in antioxidants, which help in fighting infections and boosting the immune system. Ginger root is fantastic for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, helping to combat inflammation and oxidative stress. Echinacea is known for its ability to enhance the immune system, making it easier for your body to fend off illnesses. Together, these ingredients make for a powerful, natural wellness boost.
Now, we've got a couple of new things, and I know we're running out of time, but I wanted to ask you if you could comment on the herb, which we have an herbal tincture, something exclusive to Pendragon Apothecary, from Mulungo. It's an Amazonian relaxant. Can you tell us a little bit about Mulungo?
Mulungu, often found in the Amazon region, is renowned for its calming properties. It's traditionally used for relaxation and to reduce anxiety. Mulungu has been used to help promote restful sleep, soothe the nervous system, and even alleviate symptoms of depression. It's a great addition to a tincture focused on stress relief and overall wellness.
And one more new product, it's not new, but we've got a new batch that we've created, it's exclusive to Pendragon Apothecary, is the Catuaba tincture. It's a tribal product from the Amazon also, and other parts of the world. Can you speak about Catuaba?
Catuaba is an intriguing herb, celebrated for its traditional use as an aphrodisiac and tonic. Originating from the Amazon and used by indigenous tribes, it's known for enhancing libido and sexual function. Catuaba is also believed to have mood-lifting and energizing effects, making it a popular choice for those seeking a natural boost in vitality. It's a fascinating addition to any herbal repertoire.
Okay, thank you, Alfred, for being with us today. So we finally got Alfred up. I'm glad, because I wanted to ask him about Catuaba and Mulungo. These are two new tinctures we've got, or two new supplies of these herbs, these tinctures here at Pendragon Apothecary. And that's it for our show today, because now we're over time. We'll see you tomorrow here on Future Shock.
I watch the news every night. I've got my inspiration. Brother watches me and I spy him. It's a smooth operation. Everybody's hip to their own trip. Mine's Eastern meditation, but you can't let it on, or you'll be gone in a spot.